Alright guys, today is Monday. Well, what do we got going on today? First of all, this eye's all fucked up as you can tell. I don't know what the hell's in it. It's driving me out of my mind. Woke up this morning and been like, oh my eye's hurting. But yeah, so this is what we got going on this morning. We got this thing. The goal is to get this thing running and done today. That's the plan. I can drop it off. So, he said, just get her done. I need my mower, even though he's got 3 of them. I just don't know why he needs this one right away. So, I'll get her fixed up. Not that big of a problem. You know, I already had it running on the starting fluid, so it shouldn't be too hard to fix. This thing here, I did the brakes on it last night, just because I was bored. And as you can see, I cleaned the shop up too, nice and clean. I did the brakes on it last night. It took a little bit for me to figure this one out. This is like a whole different setup. Usually, the rear brakes runs off of one master cylinder. Well, this one here is like a dual piston type deal. Well, it's not really a dual piston. It's just a, you know, one here, but surprisingly enough to me is it runs off of 2 different master cylinder type deals. It runs off of that one up there, and it runs off the one down there. Usually on the Chinese ones, or even the Yamahas, they're just, you know, they're just the one guy right there, boom, boom, and done. So that was kind of sort of different. Took me a minute or two to figure that out, but I get her on. She's got great stopping power. Well, I don't know if it does. It's right now. It's stopped right now. Can't really move. But take a look at the pads. I'd say the previous owner got the money's worth out of his pads, huh? Like, hello. There's a good 1/16 of an inch in depth of missing pad. You know, like this is like the thickness that it should usually be. This is like damn near gone. This is the thickness that it should be. This one, nah, thin, and then there's like a big groove right up in here. Check that out. See the groove? Ain't that something? Crazy, ain't it? You got his money's worth. I assembled my shop vac last night. Not a bad little unit. It's a real shop vac, made in the USA. Probably got a bunch of Chinese parts into it. Haven't even plugged it in yet to see if it worked. I'll try that out later. But I cleaned up most of the shop. I got a bunch of stuff organized. I'm going to get rid of that bin today. That was with the bin that held all the parts to the Polaris. I was on Craigslist last night trying to find the next project. Couldn't find the next project. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. Find some other tractor to fix or something. You know, because well, we need things to do. You just can't be sitting around here all week. So luckily I do have I already bought a Craftsman tractor. I just haven't picked it up yet. It's literally missing everything but the friggin' front end. You know, there's no hood, there's no transmission, there's no seat, there's no steering wheel. There's 2 front tires, a front axle, and a Briggs & Stratton V-twin engine on it. And the V-twin engine is blown, rusted up. All I need off is just the parts for this, so I can finish it up and get rid of it. I'm not sure really what I'm going to sell this one for. Last year I sold a good running 20 horse Briggs V-twin for $300. This is a 24 horse, so I don't know, I'm thinking like $350 or so. Should go pretty fast. The V-twins around here usually sell really fast, unlike these shitty opposed twins behind me. Right there. These engines are just so hard to ship on eBay. That's why I don't really want to list these twin engines on eBay. You know, you can do it, but fuck, they're heavy too. You know, that's an easy 80-pound motor right there, you know, so it's a pain in the ass to ship. But anyway, should we try and cold start this thing? It's cold out this morning. As you can see, I'm in my sweatshirt. Look, you can tell. You can tell that. I get a lot of comments about this sweatshirt. This is funny. Snowmobiles.com in the back. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know how to do it. Fucking battery's about to die. I don't know if you guys can see it. But let's change up the battery and let's try and cold start that thing. And we're back. Yeah, so actually it's funny, I just told you guys about the shirt. The other day that when I went up to Walmart, I was did the battery core charge, and as I was on my way out the door, there were two dudes sitting in like the handicap chairs. And one of them said to me, he goes, "Oh, they said I bang bitches. That's a good one." I'm like, "Oh, they figured it out, that pal." I get a lot of looks on this shirt, especially from the women. They're all like, "What the fuck is this kid wearing?" But yeah. So anyway, let's try and start this thing up. It's it's pretty damn cold out. It sure as hell only at 60. It's colder than 60. Maybe. Well, that's because it was pretty laying down, but. It's about 55 out, because I just looked at the one inside the house. We have a digital one inside the house, so it's about 55. Maybe it's 60 in here, I don't know. Try right like that. We're gonna need some chokage. Probably fire it up easy if I had the throttle here all rigged up onto the unit, but I don't, so yeah. Oops. Yep, that easy get. Had the belt cover just sitting on the clutch. I need throttle, that's the problem. Nope, too much throttle. I need throttle, but I don't need a whole lot of throttle. Come on. Let's try that. Oh, I know why. The key's off. Here we go. Forgot the key. Or I should just fire it up now. A little bit of throttle. Come on. There's like a 2-second delay on that key. Great, now the shop's all smoky with two-stroke. That's a great way to start your morning off. Awesome. Anyway, let's get this guy over here and start figuring out what the fuck's up with it. Wheel horse. Well, I got one of those sitting out in the shed. But not as old as, or not as new as this one. The other one's 1965. But anyway, so as you can see, we got another victim in. This is actually a friend of my dad's. He just wants a little bit of a tune-up done on it. And so far it's been nothing but trouble. Took me quite a bit to get this oil drain off. It was so bad on there I had to use an impact gun. I've never had to use that before on a oil drain, but I guess there's always a first for everything. But this is just a quick little tune-up job. We're going to replace the rocker cover gasket. It's slightly leaking. We're going to have to redo spark plug in it. Obviously we're draining the oil. New oil filter, new air filter, and new fuel filter, and new fuel line, because right now the fuel line is pissing out, so we'll have to get that. The blades, we're going to do the blades on it, not that big of a deal, just sharpen them up. We're going to charge the battery up just a little bit, nothing too crazy, just stick it on there for about 20 minutes. Take a look at what happened to my battery charge. Where is it? Check this out. So, I had this sitting on the zero turn a couple nights ago. It was hooked up to another battery I was charging. And then I went to lift up the zero turn to fix something underneath it. And the battery slid right off the hood there. And next thing you know, fucking unplug the damn clips. So I have to either solder those on or crimp them on. I don't even have a soldering gun. I guess I'll just have to crimp them. I forget what I did with them. But I've been using, just regular clamps right now to get her done, but finally got this thing running properly. Just got done doing the blade on it. Took a little bit, man. This carburetor was just fucked up in so many ways, but I finally got her going. And take a look at this. That's the oil drain right there. Is that not the most stupidest spot you've ever seen an oil drain? Like, why would you put an oil drain right there? Why can't you just make it simple, put it right underneath there, and just drain into a bucket? No, you gotta put it on the side of a fucking engine. That's going to make a big-ass mess in about 20 minutes. It's just ridiculous. Stupidness, I tell you, stupidness. But, yeah, so here's the I mean not the oil filter, fuel filter for this thing. And I picked up the can of carb cleaner because I needed it. It was at the AutoZone there. There's this girl I kind of sort of hit on every time I go there. And she saw my shirt. She goes, "So what's the deal with the shirt?" I was like, "Huh?" She goes, "Your shirt. I bang ditches." Isn't that funny? We just got done having that conversation just a couple minutes ago. But yeah, and then I stopped over at my uncle's house, picked up the grease gun. Need to grease the obviously a few components on this guy. I'm still deciding whether or not I'm gonna do this rear end or not. It's just such a big job to do. I mean, I know it's eventually gonna have to get done, but it's like, do I want to do it? Don't I want to do it? I don't know. I'll figure something up by the end of the today. You know, I'd kind of sort of just like to get it running and driving, but it's just, you know, it's already here. You might as well do it. I already have all I have the sprocket and everything. I got to change out the sprocket. I got to get that tire obviously swapped out or reversed anyway. But I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. Haven't quite decided. And I polished this up last night. Take a look at that. Nice and shiny. Awesome. Oh crap! I forgot the damn paint. I was gonna pick up some heat paint at AutoZone. It's funny. I went in AutoZone. I walked out with carburetor cleaner and an fuel filter. No, I went in. Holy. Went in AutoZone. Walked out with a can of carb cleaner, and a little bottle of octane booster for this thing, and then I went out to the truck and went, "Oh shit! Forgot the fuel filter." Went back into AutoZone, picked up the fuel filter. And now I just realized I forgot the damn heat paint for the pipe. Son of a bitch. I guess I don't need that for a few days anyway, but yeah, so that's what we got going on. And stuff and junk like that. Awesome. Alright, so I got this guy all done. Gave her a quick little charging. New gasket, new filters like I already showed you. I did a couple of grease fix. I didn't do the blades. They really don't need to be done. I mean, there's like plenty. I'm not even freaking dent in it. So we're gonna leave them. Did the carburetor oil change, all that good stuff. That's about it. Nothing too spectacular. Got the push mower all done. Sent that across the road there. Right now, just work on this belt cover. This is the belt cover for this thing here. And as you can see, we got a nice little hole in there. So I'm gonna try and fix her up. I grabbed this stuff off my uncle. We've used this stuff quite a bit and it works pretty damn good. It's just 3M semi-rigid part repair. Yippee-ki-yay, there's the part number. Does a pretty good job. Loose stuff up pretty good. But I'm just waiting for this stuff to dry. The plan is just to tape the inside and then smear a bunch around it, and then once that's all done, go back and smear the inside of it. So yeah. But I got a question. I don't know, maybe one of you guys could help me out. I got one of them fancy devices called an iPhone, and I'm having a little bit of iPhone troubles. Alright, you guys see that dot right there? You can kind of sort of move it, and then you press it, and it brings up like a bunch of other stuff like that. How do I get rid of that damn dot? Because it's driving me out of my mind. You know, just make sure it's not open. Yeah, see? It's like fucking right in the middle of the damn way. Like I can't stand the damn thing. So if anyone knows how to get rid of that dot, please let me know. That'd be awesome. Driving me crazy, I tell ya. But yeah, did a couple of the grease fittings on here since I grabbed the gun. I figured out I might as well do them both at the same time. So I did both. I did all the grease fittings. I did the grease fittings on that thing. There's one grease fitting I didn't do, which is the ball joint that I'm going to replace. There's no sense in packing it with grease. So, but yeah, I'm actually let that dry. Gonna open up that box for the battery and start charging up the battery. So that'll be pretty good. And oh yeah, I assembled my vacuum. I think it was last night. Oh yeah, I think I already showed you guys this. Not a bad little vacuum. I wish it was a little bit smaller, but whatever. Whatever. Oh yeah, I cut the rim off that axle finally too. I did that last week there. I don't know if I told you guys, but that's what's left of it. Nice little slice there, a little bit of heaty, wacky, and it's off. What else? There's something else I was going to show you. Oh yeah, we got this saw here. I actually just got done ordering up a new bar and chain for it from my uncle there. So we're going to replace it and then get it out of here. Not a bad little saw. Good little saw. We get a couple things out in the tent I haven't quite showed you guys yet. We got a trash picked a lawnmower a couple weeks ago. Thing's brand new. Thing's only like 2 years old. The year date it was made is 2011. So it's pretty good. It's just a small little Briggs & Stratton Murray push mower. And the other thing is a it's like a little tiny 2-stroke Toro snowblower 2-stroke deal. So I don't even know what I'm gonna do with that. Stick it on Craigslist, 20 bucks, best offer. I don't know. I really don't even want it. And I got that Aaron's out there. I'm gonna give that to one of my cousins. See if they want. I'm just trying to clean up the tent because, well, we got this thing to put in there. I got that pallet jack in there too. I'm trying to decide if I want to get rid of that or not. I never really used it. I was hoping to use it more than what I was going to use it for, but it just didn't work out. I was supposed to use it for the lawn tractors. Didn't have the wheels and stuff on them, but I don't really use it. I paid 30 bucks at the scrapyard for it, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Just taking up room, taking up space. But that's about it. Just gonna continue on what I'm doing. Alright, so it's like 9 o'clock or something ridiculous. Let's take a look here. Oh my god, this camera sucks. Thank god we're getting a new one. It says it'll be here on Friday. 8:58. So, today was just kind of sort of a random day. Had a bunch of running around stuff to do. I got this mower here all done. Finished up the last little bits and pieces. I decided to sharpen the blades anyway. So, fuck it. Do it anyway. So I did that. Went out, had dinner. I put the Polaris battery on the charger. Charged it up, put the new battery on. And now I'm just working on the clutch cover. I figured out what I'm going to do here. It's not the friggin' dealership recommended way, but we're going to do it anyway. Basically because this piece right here is all warped to shit. Because it was sat in the bin and heat must have got to it and just warped it. I did this, took a little bit of copper wire, ran it right by the exhaust manifold. That shouldn't melt it, I wouldn't think. It'd take a lot to melt the copper. And just enough to get it like that, and it should work. I'd imagine once the engine starts getting warm, it should start bending the plastic back into shape. And if the copper fails, I'll just have to put a spring or something on it, but it should work just right. You know, I don't really see it coming loose. I've actually gained almost a 1/16 of an inch clearance between the clutch fan on the back housing to the clutch cover piece right here, so it's looking pretty good. So I'm going to go with it, try it out, see what happens. You know, I'll obviously hear it once it starts hitting it again. So, but I got this guy somewhat fixed up. What I ended up doing is there wasn't enough in that tube that my uncle gave me of the 3M whatever it was there. I only was able to do enough for one coat. I was supposed to do 3 coats, but I just couldn't do it. There wasn't enough in the can, or in the tube rather. So I ended up using the tube, did it, patched it, and then I went over it with a little bit of RTV silicone to really soup it all up. Same on the inside, and it seems to be doing pretty good. It's probably still a little wet. I literally just did it. Yeah, it's still wet. So, but it's good enough. Should work. That piece there goes something like that. Something like that. Once we get it all up on the line. And it should work out pretty good. I gave it a quick little cleaning before I put the goop on. But it's looking pretty good. It's coming along. Just kind of started doing some oddball stuff before the weekend. I'm just deciding whether or not I want to do this rear end or not. Yeah, it would be nice to do it while the sprocket's not on, while the chain's not on, but it's just going to be a bitch to do. It's a big project. Both the wheels have to come off. Obviously the slip rings have to come off. Brake caliper has to come off. Probably the rotor will have to come off. The 2 bolts here that hold basically the rear axle onto the frame have to come off. You know, there's quite a bit to do in this one little general area. I'm just deciding whether or not to do it or not, get it done and over with, or do I wait? I don't know. Haven't quite figured it out. It's probably best to do it now, but it's like, do I want to? you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, I'm going to put this belt cover on here, and I think we're going to call it a day. We'll end the video here. I know it wasn't much of a video making day, but it is what it is, so. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be working on a couple well actually, we've got one single mom push mower and a single mom snowblower, so maybe we'll do a single mom special. Awesome. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Alright, well, it's Tuesday and different things, and well, as you can see, the video didn't get uploaded because we're still using the same video. I figured today's gonna be a short video day anyway, and I figured might as well just pooper all together because I couldn't find my camera last night, so I said, fuck it. But anyway, so here's the push mower I was telling you guys about yesterday. This is the Murray, fairly new. I think it was made in 2011, 2010. And here's that little Toro 2-stroke. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. This thing is just kind of pointless, even if fixed. But I still get this thing. I still got to get the damn the carburetor jet for it. I keep on forgetting to grab one, but eventually one of these days. Used the Lazy Boy the other day. I can't dig out my big one because it's buried in the backyard there. But whatever. Eventually got to get a carb jet for this thing. This is like the next big thing. But today we're going to work a little bit on this guy. It's a little Murray push mower. I call these things single mom's mowers. Mainly because they're just so simple that a single mom can use it. They sell mostly to single moms too. But it's not a bad little mower. Not a bad little mower. Gets the job done. Cuts the grass. I don't even know if it runs. It's got a little gas into it, but we'll figure it out. I'll pull her in the shop. Not a big deal. There we go. And we got this stupid thing still. I think I'm just going to give that to my cousin. Forget it. There's no point of it. The only worth is the engine. Picked that up late in the season. So, yeah. And we'll still get the racing mower. A few people are asking questions on what I still got. Still get the racing mower, my pole-on snowblower, my generator, the Yamaha QT50, my old power washer, and my big power washer. You know, yeah, I gotta call someone about these baggers too. Gonna get rid of those today, hopefully. Should take a trip out in the shed. Haven't been out there in a while. Oh, look at the lawn. It's getting kind of patchy looking, but whatever. Nothing's changing here. Holy, friggin' things fell, I guess. But still get the wheel hole, still get the horn. Nothing too spectacular in here has changed. There's some scrap metal. Haven't been down in this area in a while either. Scrap metal corner. Look at that. Trash picked that a couple days ago too. Not too bad, not too bad. But anyway, camera's about to die here. So I'll drag this guy over to the garage door. And oh, wait a minute, we still got this thing here. Oh, I guess we're going through this door. Son of a bitch. Oh, I can tell it's a Tuesday. There we go. It's in the shop. Awesome. Holy, I gotta get this door fixed. Fucking doors in this place just fall apart. Yeah, so, got a bad little mower. Just gonna give her a quick little tune-up. Throw a new air filter, new oil. Sharpen the blade up, and it'll be for sale. For about 50 bucks. Because this thing new is worth about 100 bucks. It's amazing how cheap the lawnmower's got. But anyway, so today we got a special something coming in today. Won't be till late in the video. So yeah, I wonder what it could be. Guess we'll have to surprise you guys. Anyway, enough talking there. I got the belt cover put on that last night. I think I might have already showed you guys it, but It's on, all mounted, looking pretty good. Awesome. Alright, so I guess we're not fixing this lawnmower after all. So, I just went to try and fire it up because I know it had a little bit of gas into it. So I primed it, and I start, put my hand on this guy, and I go to pull it. Holy shit, I almost just ripped my arm off. I think it's safe to say that this thing has a bent crank. Oh, I can already tell it's bent. Holy fuck. They must have hit a rock big time. That son of a bitch is warped. I don't know if you guys can really see it or not, but this thing, the crank is bent so bad, they can feel it in my hand. That is something else, I'll tell you. Wow, that is just unreal. Yep, somebody must have hit a rock big time to do that. I swear there's no chips really in the blade. The blade damn near almost looked new. Just a little ding right there, but man, it must have hit a fucking stump. Okay, I guess we're not fixing a single mile mower after all. I guess it's going straight to the scrapyard. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I guess we could pull a carburetor off of it. That's about it. Awesome. Love finding free shit that don't work. Scrap metal now. Alright, so the last little bits and pieces of my parts came in. I just went and got the mail. Oop. I need that! Don't run away. But anyway, so yeah, last little bits and pieces came. Get that guy, just a clamp. My ball joint. And the little screw-in piece for the oil tank that's supposed to go right up and in here. Boom! So, not too bad, not too bad. One of the things I did last night is I took apart the, I don't know what you want to call it, this little guy right here, thinking that I could maybe fix it, put a little bit of dielectric grease in there, and I'd be good to go. Well, sure enough, there's more than just that. Not only would I probably not have been able to put it back together because there's so many springs that popped out at me, these little wear tabs in here are just completely worn right out, right down to the bare plastic itself. So it's done. I need to get a new switch, I guess, for that. So not that big of a deal. I guess I'll have to pick one up there. Kind of expensive, but whatever. It is what it is. And I think I'm gonna just drill out this piece over here this weekend. Just drill it right out, and then I'll be able to thread a throttle cable in there. So should work out pretty good. But anyway, that's what I got going on. I tried out the shop vac down the basement there, did a little shop vacuum, and I'm not too impressed. I think I might need to get a bigger one. I said I didn't want a big one. Well, I think I got to get a bigger one. The one I bought just doesn't have enough power to it. It's not quite that much suction. I was a little bit disappointed, so I definitely got to get a bigger vacuum, which I really don't want to do, but I guess I got to get it. So, oh well. This was the 3 horsepower one, 6 gallon. I think I need the 5 horsepower one with the bigger gallon. So, yeah. Hey, look at that. We got ourselves a tire. Woohoo! So, I've just spent the last hour and a half trying to get that, at least the kingpin off the axle of that trailer I recently bought so I can get it going, because I got to do a big scrap run. I was able to pick up a good little job to basically haul a bunch of scrap to the scrapyard. And basically, I get all the scrap, I get all the money. So that's pretty kick-ass, but in order to do it, I need the trailer. So, and unfortunately, the towing companies around here, they want $130 to move it 4 miles down the road, basically. Like, isn't that a ripoff, or what? 130, 140 bucks to move a trailer exactly 4 miles, and it's a straight road too. So as if you're fucking taking a million turns. So I've decided to do the job there. I'll basically have the rim here, so I can now pull the hub off. I'm actually just going to order a whole new hub assembly with new bearings and everything in it. And I'll be able just to cut the old busted rings off of the old bearing off the axle. I'll just bring my small little compressor and the small little grinder, plug it in over there, and I'll be all set. But I wanted to make sure I'd be able to get this off. I took all the measurements today. I get the sizes down. I just need to get the size for the rim, for the bolt pattern. You kind of sort of measure it in a V. You go this way and then this way. Measure it from boom, boom, then from boom, boom. You get your measurement of your rim size, basically, or your axle pattern. So I'm going to try and break these nuts free. Took a little bit to get that kingpin off, I'll tell you. Had to go out down to the AutoZone. Luckily AutoZone is just right down the street from there. And I had to grab a, what did I do with it? I don't even know what I did with it. Friggin' new socket. 1.5 inch socket. I don't even know what I did with the box. What the hell did I do with my tools? My tools are missing. I just brought them in here. What the fuck? I must be hallucinating. Where are my tools? Oh, here they are. See, the biggest one I had was 1.25 inches. Or is this the 1.5 inches? This is the 1.25 inches. The biggest one I ever had is 1.25 inches. I guess they're upsized not to 1.5 inches. So $9 later, I had to go buy one. Not a big deal, but should be able to break this free pretty shortly. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. Took a little bit to get her off, that just to get the bolts off, because that thing was really on there. But I tell you what, the guy that had the trailer, he literally beat the thing to shit. Well, he didn't really beat it to shit. He just didn't do maintenance on it, and basically what happened was the bearing exploded, and he must have drove it a good mile until he realized that the wheel was like off, because the axle was a little bit dented in on where it was sitting. But not for long. You know, I'm sure a few of you guys will just say, oh, I'll just get some new bearings and repack them. Yeah, I mean, I can do it, but I'd rather see a new hub on it. You know, it's kind of sort of a pain in the ass to get these bearings out. Like, see how that bearing is still, well, the piece is still in there. It's just a pain in the balls to get it out. So I'm just going to order up new ones. Won't be too hard to get in. It'll basically cost us probably about $10–15 more than it would for the bearings. Actually, probably about $20 more. So I'm not really that concerned about the money. I just want to get it done right, you know. And I got a job to do next week, and hopefully we'll get everything all done. And I still got to actually just remembered I got to wire the trailer for lights. Whoops! I guess I'll have to stick some Harbor Freight magnetic lights on it. But I remember when I was saying earlier we're going to be getting something in. It's going to be a surprise. Surprise! Oh, we're out of focus. Look what's back. Why is this back? Probably asking yourself what's the deal. Well, I'm not really sure why it's back either. Well, I know why it's back, but I already fixed the problem, basically. The lady brought it back because there's a little bit of a problem with the ignition. With the ignition switch here. For some reason, it does some weird stuff. Sometimes it doesn't want to turn over. Like it'll get stuck right there and then screw something up, or it'll just start making a click, 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 click noise, and it's something obviously screwed up. I put a little bit of dielectric grease underneath it, and underneath the wire connector piece, and it seems to be doing the job fine. It's still getting hung up in this one little area right there, but I am gonna end up replacing the ignition piece on it. And one other thing is I noticed, or actually she noticed, is she was driving along. Well, she mowed her yard for about, she was on, I think she said about 20 minutes, 22 minutes, and then it just completely shut off on her. And it turned out she was out of gas, so she put new gas in it, and she noticed that in the process of doing it, it's just a slow going into the, I would pull everything apart, but she noticed that it's a slow going into the fuel filter. So reason being is, well, I found it kind of funny when she said it to me. I was like, what? Let's break my phone out. Maybe you guys can see it. This is pretty funny. I'm not really sure how this got in there, but I know I didn't put it in there. Alright, so there's the inlet right there. Boom. Ah, where'd it go? No, it must have moved. Son of a bitch. Well, hold on here. I got a better idea. Kids, don't try this at home. Going in. Where is it? Come on. I got it. She found a spark plug in it. How funny is that? This got stuck in that one little piece right there. Can you believe that? Spark plug still looks pretty good. Yeah, right. Fuck that. Just going to the scrap pile. But now my hands smell like gasoline. Awesome. I'll have to wash that off some Dawn later. But, you know, just those two things that kind of sort of gave me the urge not to buy it. You know, I give most of my stuff a 10-day, 14-day warranty. And basically the deal is if it breaks, I'll take it back. And, you know, that's basically what I did on this one. I asked her about the tire, if it held air. Sure enough, still holding air fine. So no problems there. She said it cuts great, mows great. You know, actually just got done mowing my yard for the first time this week. I'm sure I'll have to do it again this week. But, you know, just mowed my yard with it and seemed pretty good. So we're gonna, well actually I'm gonna go to a dealership probably this week. I'm gonna pick up a new ignition switch for it. And I'm just going to pop one in. Not that big of a deal, really. And my goal is actually, once to put the ignition switch on, is instead of selling for $900 like I did last time, I'm shooting for $1,200. You know, I sold it for way under what I should have. And, you know, if I get the 900 again, I'll be happy. But if I get more, I'll be really happy. So obviously there's one little minor setback, but not that big of a deal. It's just something stupid. You know, and see, there it is, it got stuck. There it is. But other than that, that's not a big deal, you know. I said to her, if you want, you know, I'll fix it and, you know, send it back to her. She's like, yeah, she'd rather not. I guess it was a little bit too small for her yard anyway. It's only a 38-inch deck. She needs probably like a 48-inch deck, apparently. She showed me a picture of her yard. I'm like, holy shit. There's no way this mower would have done that yard, you know? So, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a little minor speed bump, and we'll get the speed bump fixed. So, but like I said, everyone, you know, I've said this before in the past, everybody should show their mistakes, and this is, well, it's really not really a mistake. It's just a stupid little ignition problem. Actually, I bet you I probably have a switch too. I probably got one in one of these bins. Too bad I couldn't stick one of those on, huh? That'd be awesome. But, you know, everybody shows their mistakes on YouTube. Well, some people do. The real honest people do. And I'm one of the real honest people do. So, real honest people do. What the fuck am I saying? But real honest people do show their mistakes on YouTube. They don't hide it. And this is just one of them. But even though it's really not a mistake, it's just fucking ignition problem. Let's see if it'll do it. What? Crank that time. That's the see, it got hung up there. Something's obviously wow. Fucked up. Holy shit, the key's bent. Yep. I had some problems with the ignition before. Remember guys when I first got it? I said the ignition was really rusted up, so I bet you something was fucked up on the inside of that. But not that big of a deal. Like I said, my speed bump, and we'll get her fixed up. We'll be back on Craigslist by the end of the week. Awesome. But, yeah, so I think that's going to conclude the video. I smell like gas. I'm sticking my hand in there. And, that's it. We're going to talk to you guys probably tomorrow. Actually, I don't think we're going to talk to you guys tomorrow, because I got some, things I got to do. I got a couple of things I got to do. And, yeah, so probably Thursday we'll talk to you guys. So, anyway, enough talking. We'll chat to you guys Thursday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the extra long video. And, yeah, talk to you guys all tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. Later. Thursday. Awesome. Toro's back. Yay! More fun on the zero turn.